Hello internet friends, welcome back to Diet in Japan, my weight loss journey and the land of the rising sun. Today I wanted to talk about two things, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail and or title of this video. The first one is my weight, doing a bi-weekly weigh-in here, and the second one is living with chronic skin disease, the chronic skin disease that is eczema. So first things first, my weight. 2 weeks ago, I weighed 71.4 kilograms, also known as 157.41 pounds. Today, which is October 7th, 2017, I weigh 69.8 kilograms, also known as 153.88 pounds. If you're new here, you might not know that I started at around 224 pounds, so that brings my grand total of weight loss up to around 71 pounds. Yay! Woo, woo, woo! My goal weight is to be 124. I mean, really it's like 125, but I want to lose that round 100 pounds. I don't want to lose 99. So I still have a little ways to go, but I'm just gonna keep on trucking. Also, I used to do a thing called monthly measurements here on the channel, but I think I'm just going to move that entirely over to my Tumblr. Link is in the description. You can see before and after shots there. Also, here's a before and after shot of 5 months ago, and then at the beginning of October. Boom. Isn't that lovely? But I just wanted to give you some highlights from that. In total, for 5 months, I have lost 19.5 centimeters from my chest. I have lost 20 centimeters off my hips, and I've lost 11.5 centimeters off of each individual thigh. So isn't that special for me? How did I do that? Diet and exercise and hard work. Literally just like have some self-control and drink more water, eat more vegetables, and go running. I know like everyone wants this like miracle kind of cure and they want it to be easy, but like it's just not going to be easy. Sorry about it. Sorry I'm not more motivational, but you can do it. Second thing I wanted to talk about today is living with eczema. Eczema basically is the term that describes like an umbrella term for a bunch of skin diseases. The most common form of eczema is something called atopic dermatitis. The terrible thing that I have about my eczema is this. So yeah, last week I had a really bad flare-up and my eyes were almost completely swollen shut, and yeah, I don't know that many people that have eyelid eczema. In fact, I don't know anyone in my personal life, but even when I try to look it up on the internet, it kind of is like rare, and there's not that many videos I could find on YouTube, but some of the videos I've found were quite helpful to me. It is quite embarrassing because eyes are something people look at right away on your face. And when your eyes are all red and puffy and swollen shut, it's not a cute look. Basically, I have had eczema my entire life. It is a chronic skin condition. It will never go away. There is no cure, at least that I'm aware of, at least for me. The symptom, I know eczema is different for everyone. The symptoms of my eczema are basically I am allergic to nickel, so I can't wear anything with nickel, and just like if I sweat too much or if I have too much stress, I'll get eczema, especially like in between my fingers or on my knees or on this soft part of the back of your wrist. That is where it's most common for me to get it on my body. And then about 3 years ago, I started getting it on my face. And I don't know if and that kind of coincides with me moving to Japan. I don't know if the seasons here are different, but basically that's when it started for me. every year, like, sometimes there's something new that starts to irritate my skin. I just have really, really, really sensitive skin. So, there are no over-the-counter treatments that I have found that work for my facial eczema. For my body eczema, pretty much cortisone cream or hydrocortisone will work on my body anywhere. If I just apply the topical cream, it'll clear up in a few days. For my face, the first time I got it on my face, I tried to put cortisone cream on my face, and that is a terrible idea because cortisone cream is too strong for the skin around sensitive areas like your eyes, and also where I get it is like the ring around my mouth. So I have never found an over-the-counter treatment for it, neither here or in America. So basically every time this happens to me, I just have to go to my skin doctor. The skin doctor here in Japan prescribes me something called Bekurashin ointment. I don't know what that would translate into as English. It probably is someone's name. You know, it's just like a weird drug name. Basically, it's a topical ointment that I put on the affected areas, so my eyes and my lips, and it helps the swelling go down. The really crappy part about what happened to me last week was that sometimes so eczema, by the way, if you didn't know this, is incredibly itchy. It's incredibly itchy. The skin is dry and flaky, and it's like the most annoying thing in the world. So because my eyes were so itchy, I kept itching them, or like maybe a part of the dead skin cells got into my eye, and basically I also scratched my cornea. So on top of having the outer part of my eye be super irritated, the inner part of my eye I also had a scratched cornea. The symptoms of having that scratched cornea were blurry vision, like extremely blurry vision. I could not see at all. It looked like if you ever look through a camera and the lens is really out of focus, or I guess if you just have like bad vision, that's what it looked like. It was really, really crazy. It was kind of blowing my mind because that's the first time I'd ever scratched my cornea. And it was extremely painful. Every time I tried to blink, like I had to like stop what I was doing and like brace myself for the blink. So then I ended up having to go to an eye doctor who basically just gave me a topical ointment and also then an antibiotic that you put into the eye. That is how I ended up dealing with that. Yeah, I wish I knew more about how to deal with the eye eczema. From a couple other people online, I've seen similar kind of reports that when they have flare-ups, similar to when I have flare-ups, is when the seasons change. So my last major flare-up was when it changed from spring until, when it changed from, basically, when did it happen? I guess when it was spring. So when it became warmer. So it's not so much when it becomes spring to summer, like that's not such a major season change. But basically when it becomes cold to hot or hot to cold. So when it started to become spring and it started to become warmer, that's when I had my last flare-up. And then most recently it is becoming fall here in northern Japan, and the weather is changing a lot. And that has affected my flare-up. One of the reasons I think that I might have started having this kind of flare-ups on my face or eczema on my face since moving to Japan is that in Japan I am outside a lot more because I walk and take a train and ride my bike more places, whereas in America I just drove everywhere. I wasn't outside as often. In Japan I'm outside much more frequently. So that could play a factor. So that's one of the things that I've heard that is like similar. The second thing is that, and I'm sorry, I don't remember where I heard this, but I heard this girl say that on the internet, I heard this girl say that she was allergic to milk when she was a baby, but then it was something she grew out of. I was also allergic to milk when I was a baby. I had to drink formula. later grew out of it. Like now I can drink milk. I don't really drink milk now, but like I can if I want. It won't stop me from breathing, which I think is what happened when I was a baby. So when I was a baby, I was allergic to milk. And also, she said that she thinks that these things are related and that it has something to do with when we were born, that maybe the nurse or there was some kind of bacteria in the birthing room, in the maternity ward, or something on someone's hands that they handled us when we were freshly born into the world, that just affected our skin in some way, and in somehow that's related to being allergic to milk as a baby. If you are that person who said that, or if you know anything about this, please comment below. I'd really like to know more, because those are symptoms I did have as a baby, a child. So anyways, basically, yeah, that's how I deal with it. That's when it happens for me. It's super annoying. If you have any advice, or if you're suffering through the same thing, I'd love to hear from you. Comment down below or DM me or whatever. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.